I will mention technical program manager here itself.
Okay, so you would look right here.
Right. And you can see the more than 300 or beyond that. And take,
300,000?
yes.
What? I need to quit my job. Let's do a quick intro. Where are you from? What do you do now? Where are you right now? And the fun stuff.
Hey Yudi. So I'm Bhargav. I'm from Mumbai. I did my master's from State University at New York, Buffalo. And I am currently working as a TPM at Intel Santa Clara.
Mm,
Prior to my master's, I had experience of 5 years wherein I was looking into cloud operations and release management.
nice. And where did you do your master's from?
I did my master's from State University at New York, Buffalo.
Okay, Sunny Buffalo. Nice. And what course?
So it was in management information systems.
Okay, MIS. Nice. All right. So you are a TPM, which is a technical program manager. Not a lot of people are familiar with this role. So if you have to explain someone who is like brand new, layman's term, what does TPM do? And like, what does your day look like?
In one sentence, TPM is someone who gets things done on behalf of the org.
Love
And
it. Yes, I like that. I like that.
And to be precise on that, you need to communicate daily metrics to your senior leadership on the progress which the project or the program is making, the roadblocks which you have, how you could eliminate it, cross collaborating with different stakeholders on the opens they have. There might be conflicts based on the priorities. So you need to empathize with your stakeholders and
Right. I love it. For those of you who don't know, I'm also a TPM. So, I mean, I kind of play multiple roles because I'm in a startup. So, I do product management, TPM, and marketing tech as well. So,
you need to don multiple hats because you are not only managing a program, you're finding
mhm.
the opens. You need to be technical at times, and at times it might be functional for you. So
Yeah. If you had to set up a birthday party and you are the TPM of that, like how would you organize that birthday party,
right,
or how would you organize an event? That's really what at the core of TPM does, is like talk to the people, get that
right,
stuff from them, report it back to the people like your leaders and stakeholders, like, okay, this team is getting this done, they are 50% done, they are this much delay, there's a risk, we are blocked, blah blah blah. So
right,
that's what really TPM does. It's an amazing feel. I love it. So if you have
right.
a heart for people and organizing things, this is the role for you. All right. So you decided you were working on a Amazon software engineer. You decided
Right.
you want to go for TPM role. What was your job search strategy look like? What did you do?
So for me, my job search started way back in October, and I was about to graduate in Feb first week. And I did knew because it's a career transition, it may
Hmm.
take time for me.
Yeah.
So I used to apply on the job portals.
Hmm.
And the other thing which I was doing along with my applications, I used to look for people who are into similar roles or into
Mm.
senior roles, and the openings were there, and I would reach out to them and ask them for the referral.
Okay. And I'm assuming you would use LinkedIn,
Yeah, I was using LinkedIn.
right?
And for me, I used to uh, narrow down my search because it mattered a lot when you are from India, you have a limited time. And for me, narrowing down on search was if some I used to use a keyword where hiring and the role which I was searching for. And based on that, I used to get the people using those keywords. So,
Oh, that is so smart. Okay, so in LinkedIn search bar, you did hiring as a keyword, and
right,
then you obviously narrowed down your search to the people who are typing or looking for that, and then you reached out to
right,
that people. That's a
right.
brilliant idea. Because you mentioned about the LinkedIn, I want to give them a glimpse of what you're talking. So I'm going to share my screen. So you would go here, you would type hiring,
I will mention technical program manager here itself.
technical program manager. All right. Okay. And then you would look for,
Yeah,
okay, so you would look right here.
right. And you can see the person name is Sarin Deshpande, where he mentioned, and this was
Mm,
only 6 days back.
nice. Yeah. And then
Still, the market is open, and
I'm looking for TPM. Yeah. So you would click on that and
Right.
you would see looks like in California,
Right.
and then you would go, oh, Meta, obviously, and
Right.
then yeah, then you would go to that post, probably see the this is the post which he has,
Mm.
and this is the job description: technical program manager for computer vision responsibility. And then you would kind of understand what they're looking for and then frame up your message to send it to
Right.
that person.
That's absolutely correct.
All right. What would you say? Like, so let's say you found
Yeah.
someone who posted like, "Hey, I'm hiring for my team." You're like, "Okay, I found my target." So what's the
Right.
next step? Like, what would you say to them? Like, what's your cold email message to them
So
if
I
you
would
were a
message
student?
you. I
Yeah.
just came across the role. I have 5 years of experience, and to be focused, I will look into the GAD, what you are looking for, and based on my experience, I will use those terms in those 200. I won't be wasting my 200 words in that.
Nice. Okay. Did you get calls from just referrals or did you get call from both referral and online application?
So for the lateral roles, I did get it based on my networking. But for the new grad roles or for the role of the analyst products or something
Mhm.
around that, so that was from the company portal.
Okay, company portal. The only way for someone to get online
Mm.
application is through resume. So I want to talk about resume and the tips which you had,
Right.
because obviously you did something that you are getting calls. You got calls from Goldman Sachs and Amazon and all these other companies. So what are some of the resume tips you would give?
First thing, once you are into your job search, you need to tailor your resume to one page. It should cover all the keywords for the job which you are looking for, and it should focus more on the achievements which you had, and your achievements should be quantified. So project efficiency was improved by 30% by introducing Agile to the team, or else it could be I reduced the cost for the project by limiting the number of servers that were being used and moving to AWS, something or the other, which helped your company out. So it should be quantified 20% in sense or the number of people who were impacted, what changes you made. So if you delivered something in 2 months, which was about to be, which was scheduled for 4 to 5 months, then again it's an achievement. So it shows how efficient you are.
I love what you're saying. Basically, instead of just saying this is what you did,
Mm.
show them what was the outcome of what you did.
Right.
Correct?
Correct. And to be clear on that, we don't mention what we did in our resume. We mention we know this, we know that, we know that.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And other thing for the folks who are into job search and while you are tailoring your resume at the same time, you need to ensure you have your LinkedIn aligned with that.
Mm.
Because someone who is looking for you or your profile, he might go to your LinkedIn profile as well. And when you are cold messaging people, so your LinkedIn should be updated, then only they will come to know before they reach you out.
That's your online resume now. People don't have time for
Right.
waiting for resume. They are gonna first go and see your LinkedIn profile. What was your interview preparation for this role? How did you prepare for it?
So I started giving mock interviews by connecting with folks on the Discord channel on Slack, wherein there are dedicated channels for TPM.
Mm.
And I would advise one who is looking for TPM or technical product or technical program, he should give mocks and he should be using whiteboard for that.
Okay.
So you become familiar to that before going into any of the interviews or even giving mocks to others. You should brainstorm what you did in your past experiences, how
Mm.
you are aligned to this role, because recollecting it while you are interviewing will be difficult.
What Bhargav is talking about is having stories ready. And when I say stories, really like prepare 5 to 10 stories.
Stories.
And it could be okay, for a conflict, you're going to say this, for an achievement or for a failure. They'll ask you, like, describe a situation where you failed and how did you overcome, or describe a situation where, yeah, like someone changed a priority. There is multiple priorities. How are you going to handle that? Or describe a situation where developer or engineer doesn't agree with you. How are you going to convince them? So all these are different stories. Have those stories written down in star format, which is situation, task,
Yes.
action, result. Let's break down the interview process. What is the interview process for TPM? Like how many rounds? How does it start?
So it's basically 5 rounds in most of the organizations till now. Your first call will be an introductory call wherein a recruiter will reach out to you, will understand your profile, and based on this understanding, you'll be shortlisted for 4 to 5 interview rounds. And the other 4 rounds will be around program management, on managing conflict. That is mostly on the behavioral side. And one will
Mm.
be a program round wherein they will look into how you executed a project program. And if you are a fresher straight out of college and you are opting for new grad TPM role, then they might ask you if whether you were part of any club or group in your college and how you did the execution over there.
Conflict management, a behavioral round.
Yes,
I am assuming stakeholder communication,
right,
and then program execution. Like how
right.
did you? Okay, yeah, go
And
ahead.
one thing they will focus on is your decision making skills. Each of my interviews, I did a self retrospective wherein I used to draft my answers, and as a interviewer, I used to analyze what went wrong. And again, apart from it, I used to discuss about this with the peers in the mock interviews which I had with other folks. So they helped me with that. So whether my answer was the actual fit for the question that was asked, so you need to do a self retrospective on that.
Mm, I love it. I've made a video on how I got 6 job offers, and one of the steps I did this as well. Every single interview, I would finish it, and then I would write down the questions asked to me, so it becomes my question bank, and then I would prepare those questions again and again. But I like what you did. Like you also added your answers, like how you said it, and then did a self retrospective, like okay, does my answer make sense, or am I just saying random things? So and then improving on that answer. That's a good approach. So that's a good point. One thing they usually do is they'll leave like 10 minutes for you to ask questions back, right? Like they'll
Right.
say like, do you have any questions for us? Don't ever say no.
Right.
Please,
That's
because
again a learning.
yeah, because that just shows that you're not interested, you're not prepared.
Mm.
That is your opportunity to show how interested you are. That is your opportunity to ask anything you
Right.
want to do. The best question you can ask is, what how will I be successful in this role if I get hired? What will my first 90 days look like? That gives you an idea what they're looking for, so then you can start framing your next answers like that.
10 minutes may play a bigger role also while you are questioning them. So you might ask something, what are your day-to-day challenges?
Mm,
And if they
yeah.
speak about their challenges, then you may come up with something. Yes, I did had a similar situation, and so
Yeah,
this might make you stand out from the others.
right. And treat it as a conversation. They are
Right.
just wanting to have a conversation to really see, is this the right fit for us? Is this the right fit for our team? I mean, yeah, they are also trying to judge you skill level, but they're also trying to see if you're a match for the team as well. So, yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Everybody likes to know the salary range. How much do TPM make money? And if they do, what?
Everybody makes money over here.
How much money do TPM make?
So role of TPM is at par with the software engineers, which I felt,
Mm.
because the new grad or at the grad level, TPM start at 125 as a base, apart from the stock options and the things around that. And at the senior level, it might go more than 300 or beyond that. And stick,
300,000?
yes,
What? I need to quit my job.
you are into TPM, you are going to.
I mean, I have 7 years of experience, so I need to like I don't make $300,000.
Things will take time because if you are a program lead, then definitely. And
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
stock options, it goes somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. With stocks, obviously, you'll
Right.
probably get like 100,000, 200,000 stocks. So you can easily make half a
Mhm.
million. But again, stock is not something
Right.
you will
Which
get
you
it
should
like,
be relying on. That's correct. But if you are in Bay Area and if you are thinking of getting a house, if you don't have 100K or 120K, you can't imagine even after 30 years.
Yeah, I do want to
Right.
put a disclaimer. The numbers which Bhargav mentioned, obviously that's a Bay Area number or like a big city numbers, because if you are in Chico, like a small town, or a Buffalo, you're not going to get 300,000. Neither you'll get 125 as your starting salary. You might get 80, 85, I would say, but not 125.
But mostly TPM roles are in Bay Area, Austin, and according to my search, which I came across,
Well,
and
now I
Seattle.
think,
Now, yeah,
right. I mean, I'm in Chico. I'm
from
not in
Massachusetts.
Boston. Neither I'm in Bay Area, so I'm able to do TPM. I know five other TPMs in Chico working
Right.
for the companies who are in San Diego, Seattle, other places. So, remote world has opened up the
Okay.
possibilities for us. So you don't have to be in Bay Area, but you can be, and if you are, then you definitely will make more money.
Okay, I don't want to make more money. I want to get a house quickly, so I'll move out of Bay Area.
Come to Chico. Come to Chico. It's only 3 hours drive.
For sure.
What are the key skills now that you've been working as a TPM? What are the key skills you have learned, and now you feel that these are the skills people should learn while they are doing their masters, or even before doing their masters? These are the skills they should focus on building so that they can become a good TPM.
Communication is the key. 50% of your day will be spent on calls by communicating it, speaking to the stakeholders, to the senior leadership. So
Mm.
it's a key factor. Apart from it, one should be aware of the Scrum methodologies, agile practices, because as a TPM, you need to do a Scrum as well. So
Do you run scrums, or do
yeah,
you
I
just
do run
part?
Scrums.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. There are some organizations. I mean, some companies who prefer to have a Scrum
Scrum
Master,
Master.
but some companies prefer TPM to do all the Scrum stuff.
Right.
So, just curious. Yeah, cool.
But you should be well versed with the Microsoft Office and with Matrix. You need to communicate day to day metrics. How is your project for performance?
For
Yeah.
people who don't know what is metrics, like what do you mean by metrics?
So metrics are generally the highlights for the project which you are working on. So how is the project performing? What are the blockers, the opens, the performance graph, the burn down chart? Burn down chart is something which specifies what did you
Mm.
think for this quarter, what are your goals, and where are you with your goals for this quarter.
What does your day look like? I'm just curious. Like, when do you start and when do you end? Like, what do you do in the day?
So initially I used to start my day at 6. Right now I'm starting at 7 because I had a
6
scrum
a.m.
call wherein I used to interact with team in India,
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and during the evening the opens which I have with the other teams, with the other folks. So I need to discuss out those, and it gets extended up to 8 or 9 in the evening.
What? Really? Are you
Yeah,
sure? I mean, that's
right.
15 hours day. Every day?
Not every day, but twice or thrice in a week. So you might get a gap in between for an hour or so, hour or two.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, until the team is back. But when you are while you are communicating metrics, there is an urgency within the team. It might go beyond 10 to 12 hours a day.
Wow. Okay. Um, okay. I mean, sorry, I don't have words.
I think
um,
you are in the same boat as me. You also work for.
Not, I mean, I'm lucky, I'm blessed. I don't never had, so far, I've never had a 15 hours day. Never. Um, I
Okay.
work odd hours. There are times where I have to work, like respond in the evening, but it's not like I'm like constantly in the
Okay.
front of computer. Like, yeah, there will be, my team is in Chicago or New York, and some are in Argentina. So yeah, so sometimes I will work early, and then there's a gap for 2 3 hours, so I'm not like working, and then okay, I see like I have to respond to this, then I'm like, I don't need to respond to it, but then I'll come back in the evening and send an email. So it's like never a constant 15-hour a day. That
Then
seems a lot.
you are lucky
I
enough
am lucky. Yes, I am blessed.
because as a TPM, you need to be flexible enough. You need to work in people's shift, And at times senior leadership also works beyond the working hours, and my senior
Mm.
leadership, they are mostly
Well, that's why
in
you make
Boston.
more money
Yeah.
than me. So,
It's not about money.
no, just kidding, just kidding.
It's just following my passion because
I love it. What is one piece of advice would you give to the students who are watching aspiring TPMs? It doesn't have to be one, it can be many pieces of advice.
be optimistic with what you want. Don't dwell onto your past or with the things around. Just think
Mhm.
what fits best for you and keep hustling.
Nice. Keep hustling. You stole my line.
Yeah, because it's from your video and I like.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. Really means a lot. I'm sure there's going to be more outstanding questions. So I'll definitely bring you back. Maybe we'll do a live session where people can actually ask you questions live so we can answer them there. But until our next one.
Keep smiling, keep hustling, and hats off to UDJ for inspiring the folks who are like me 2 years back or
Uh,
right now who are into my chat.
that's awesome. Thank you. You're so kind. I'll send you the check for saying that last part.